When it comes to listing sports cards on eBay, there's definitely a right approach and a wrong approach, and if you don't follow all the best practices, you're not getting the best bang for your buck. I've been selling on eBay for over a decade, and I've crunched a lot of numbers to back up this theory, and we're about to kick off a 4-part series about how to maximize the value on your eBay listing. In this 4-part series, we're actually going to list a card together and make sure you're following all the best practices to maximize your final selling price. But first, here's your intro. So this is not actually the first time I did this. I made a YouTube series just like this in 2022 when I was a YouTube infant. It was terrible. Don't get me wrong, the advice was brilliant, but it looked like this. What was I doing? I'm wearing a collared shirt. I was trying to be all professional at the time. I've learned, now I just say whatever comes to mind. So in the first part of today's video, we're going to look at how to title your auction and fill out the specifics in addition to editing a picture. I'm going to do it as low budget as possible in terms of listing, so I'm not going to ask you to have fancy light boxes or nice cameras. We're doing everything with a cell phone and some natural light and a few editing tips. Let's check it out. Alright, so the card that I'm going to list today is this Rafael Devers Platinum Anniversary 2022 Blue Prism autograph. It's numbered to 99, so that's going to be our card. And the first thing you got to do, the biggest question to answer, is how do you title your listing? That's the first thing it will ask you. And when it comes to listing a card, the number one thing you want to do to make sure you get the absolute most value for it is check to make sure you're subscribed to Card Lines. Guys, I've been checking the stats, and it turns out most of the people who watch my videos don't actually subscribe. So if you could please do me a solid and hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and then if you want to ring that notification bell so you never miss another one of our notifications and see all of our videos, that would mean a lot to us, and it would help us continue to make good content for you. Remember, with eBay's business model, they make more money based on how much they can sell your stuff for, so they do what they can to give visibility to good listed cards. So if you just search for a similar card and see the kind of listings that are at the top of the results, that's going to give you something really good to shoot for. So here we are, and I'm going to type Rafael Devers 2022 Anniversary Auto. Let's see what it pulls. Alright, so of the results, I see a lot of similarities between some of the top ones. A lot of them say Topps Chrome and Platinum Anniversary. This one does not, but this one says Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary. Auto is emphasized. I like the all caps. I think visually it's striking. Doesn't necessarily add a whole lot of value to what they sell for, but it's good. It's eye-catching. I think this looks really clean. This one actually lists the card number, CPARD. This one's a little bit shorter, still looks good. The picture's interesting. So I'm going to just straight up copy this. But to back up what I'm doing, I'm also going to cardlines.com to this article I wrote in 2022 about how to properly title your eBay listings. And here's some numbers to back up what I'm saying. So in the study, what I did is I did 10 high population cards, and I searched for recent sales on eBay, found the most valuable recent sell, and looked at the listing title. I compared them all just to see what similarities they had in listings, and this chart basically shows the results. See if I can make it a little bigger. So 9 of the 10 listed the year, 9 of the 10 listed the word rookie, and 9 of the 10 listed the phrase RC. When you're listing a rookie card, one of the biggest mistakes people make is just including one or the other. They'll say Aaron Judge rookie, or they'll say Aaron Judge RC, but they don't include both. There's a pretty even split down the middle of what collectors search on eBay, so if you want to appeal to everybody, use both. A visual description is something like, looks great. That doesn't necessarily seem like there's any correlation between saying that and high sales. The other big one that could be questionable is all caps, so half of them used all caps, and I think that that's enough that I want to use it too. But next up, before we get too far along in listing, we need a good picture. Let's take that. When it comes to taking a picture, the thing you want the most is just good, consistent light. So you can have one of the light boxes, and you can pay, $30 on Amazon and get a stand and have pretty consistent light. I'm going to show you don't necessarily need that. This is kind of the DIY approach. So we're going to get this lined up right here and then take a picture. And then I'm going to flip it here, front and back. I'm going to zoom in here, try to get it to bite on that, and take a picture there. And you're probably going to tell because I was filming, but I just took 3 pictures, and then I will show you what's next. Alright, we got our pictures, we got our title. Now it is time to actually list the card. We're going to go to Sell, click on this tab, it takes you to this page, then you just click Create Listing, Single Listing. And now I'm going to type in the name of this guy's card. It's not going to populate anything super specific. So this product library on the right side showing you other cards that it thinks are similar. I'm going to click the top one here. It looks pretty good to me. We're going to continue. It is ungraded. I've had it in a pack since I ripped that card. I think it's near mint. Looks sharp to me. It populates it with the other guy's picture. With cards, you never want to do that. You don't want to use somebody else's cards because they're inevitably going to look different. I also don't like the way this one's cropped. It's cropped down so you can't see the corners of the card. You just can't get a feel for how sharp they are. Or in theory, how well centered it is. He could have cropped it to make it look more centered. I used to edit all my pictures with Canva. Now you don't necessarily need to as much, but I am importing the 3 that I just took. All right, so here's the first picture. This is what it looks like. Honestly, they're not the greatest pictures. I didn't realize how not great they looked because I was filming and it was really hard to tell, but it'll still work. We're going to crop it down here. We're going to save it, we're going to brighten it up, and we're going to turn up the contrast. So I'm just going to really pull out the blues. I think that looks pretty good. This removes the background. Don't use that. It does not look good. It doesn't have a very good background remover. Same kind of approach here. We're going to crop it down. We're going to crop that. We're going to brighten it quite a bit. And then again, higher contrast. Washes everything out a little bit. Again, not the greatest pictures, but this is a card that we're selling for less than $100. I don't think it's going to matter too much, to be completely honest. Don't mind cropping this one down a little bit more closer to the card. Cool. Now we're going to order the pictures. Now here's the title. I personally like to lead with the name of the player because most people care more about who's on the card they're buying than the brand of the card they're buying. So I basically just swapped everything's position here, so now it leads with the player name. Again, I think it's the most eye-catching. Rafael Devers Auto, 2022 Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary Boston Red Sox. I'm going to remove the team name, and I'm going to include on card, because down here when you pick the team name, it gives us the option. It's already picked Boston Red Sox. I do not have to type Boston Red Sox into the listing title, because eBay, now that it's getting all smart, it's going to pull from the details within. So anything that's included here, in theory, you do not have to include up here. Obviously, I'm never going to list one without including the name of the athlete. I do want something that's eye-catching. But for smaller details like the team name, I'd rather include that it's an on-card autograph. That's nothing that you're going to get it to populate down here. These details were all auto-populated based on what we selected earlier. If you didn't have an exact one-to-one match, then obviously you're just going to look them up. They all have drop-downs, pretty easy to enter your own if you can't find the exact person you're looking for. On every single sports card auction now, you have to list whether it is graded or not, so that's going to be a big thing. And if it's graded, you enter the certification number. Year manufactured is 2022. Some of these things don't matter as much, like material, card size, country, region of manufacturer. All the cards are about the same. I'm not going to enter all that stuff. Condition ungraded, near mint or better, comparable to pack fresh. I like that it defines that now. And now the description. People get hung up on this. Here's the thing. It's not necessarily a huge deal. I'm usually pretty darn short and concise with everything I say. You can let AI do it for you now, so we'll see what it says. I personally don't like this. This is a rare opportunity to own a 2022. That sounds like a used car salesman. I'm not doing that. It sounds rough. If you just hate this part of it, then auto-populate it with AI. It's fine, but here's what we're going to say. Card is pictured, looks to be in great condition. Note, I'm not a professional grader. Please message me with any questions. I offer free shipping on all combined purchases. I've been using this or something very close to this for over a decade now, so I know it works. The free shipping offer is designed to increase the AOV or average order value. Sometimes you'll have people buy one of your auctions, but then they see that there's free shipping, so they'll message and say, hey, I'll go $40 on this card you have listed for $50, and then you can work out another deal. Lift the AOV and get an extra sell. And now we get to the big question, how do you price this thing? That is something that we're going to answer next time, and there's a lot of numbers to look at behind what's going to make you the most money. So be sure to subscribe and come back for that video. See you then.